to this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. If you are new to Captain Will, if you are a new subscriber, if you are a new viewer to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, I want to say thank you, because you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We are talking about South Carolina recruiting. South Carolina recruiting. It is June the 12th, 2024. Workouts began on Monday. Recruiting never stops, though. No, recruiting never stops. And we're going to dig in deep discussing 2025 top recruiting targets. 2025 is a huge year for South Carolina in terms of recruiting. And it's a huge year because we're going to be losing multiple players, a couple of which who might go to the WNBA. First off, we're going to lose Tahina Powell. Tahina Powell is a fifth-year senior. She is just won a national championship. She has no more eligibility, so she will be gone. And right now, she's in the WNBA big board. She's ranked number 9. Okay, so Tahina Powell is definitely gone. The next one we have to discuss is Bree Hall. Bree Hall will be gone. She will be gone. Next, you talking about Sania Feagin. She will be gone. Okay, so that's 3 players right there. Sakima Walker will not be with the South Carolina Gamecocks next season. Okay, her eligibility is gone. Okay, so you're talking about 4 for sure players that will be gone to the W, gone to play overseas, or gone to do whatever greatness they're gonna do in society. Gone. There's a possibility that Raven Johnson, who will be a redshirt junior this upcoming season, could enter her name to go to the WNBA draft. Right now, Raven Johnson is currently the 14th ranked player in the WNBA mock draft. Okay, so you're talking about potentially 5 players that will be gone off this roster this time next year. Now, I'm gonna assume that Raven Johnson will be back next season. So we're gonna go with 4 players that are gone from this 13 women roster. That's a lot of turnover. That's a lot of change. You're talking about a third of the roster just gone. Gone. So this 2025 class, you have to hit on some key targets. You really do. You got to hit on some key targets. And, we're going to talk about 4 players. 4 players that are Gamecock targets and have their own specialness, I would say. Okay? Their own specialness. All 4 of them bring something different and unique to the table. All right, so with the Gamecocks having the roster that they have and the potential of losing certain players in their roster of next year, it's still a case of reloading and not just starting on. South Carolina never rebuilds. Carolina never rebuilds. That's why you recruit well. Okay, so Powell's gone, Bree Hall is gone, Feagin is gone, Sakima Walker is gone, and the next 4 up is Tessa Johnson, MiLaysia Fulwiley, those 2, Joyce Edwards, Adhel Tac. That's how it works. Okay, and the potential or the possibility of a Raven Johnson moving on, Maddy McDaniel moves up. So it's not a case of South Carolina gonna rebuild. We ain't gonna do that. We're not built like that. That's why Tessa's a 5-star recruit, ranked 25th in her 2023 class. Okay, that's why MiLaysia Fulwiley, 5-star recruit, ranked 13th in her in 2023 recruiting class. Okay, Adhel Tac, 26th ranked recruit in 2024 recruiting class. All right, so Maddy McDaniel, 12th ranked in this year's recruiting class. Joyce Edwards, number 1. ESPN says number 2, but number 1 in this year's recruiting class. Okay, so 2025 is important. Make no mistake about it, 2025 is important, but it's more so filling positions, filling roster spots that will be looked upon this 2025 class to really contribute in the 2027 class. Okay, so during the 2027 year. But this is a important time for the South Carolina Gamecocks to continue the momentum of the three-time national champions. It's so important. It's so important. So if we're going to start with the number one ranked player across the board, you have to start with Aaliyah Chavez. Aaliyah Chavez is the number one ranked player in the United States of America. Number one ranked player. Okay. 5'9", point guard, sensational player from Lubbock, Texas. There are clips of Aaliyah Chavez doing some special things with the basketball. Let's be clear with that. She is an amazing, outstanding player. Okay, she can do so much. Her explosiveness, her shooting ability, rebounding, assists, so much. Okay, this past season averaged 38 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Those numbers are crazy. Those numbers are unbelievable. Now she's playing, EYBL, AEU, all these different circuits for advanced level basketball. She is the number one ranked recruit for a reason. Now, I know the Dawn Staley having an affinity for drafting for recruiting point guards pretty much every year. So in 2024, we got Maddy McDaniel. 2023, you got what? MiLaysia Fulwiley. 2022, what? Tasia Cooper. It just goes on and on. Raven Johnson. This goes on and on. This one, Aaliyah Chavez, if we're able to get the services of Aaliyah Chavez on the South Carolina Gamecock basketball team for next year, it's just the possibilities are endless on so many championships. The possibilities are endless anyway, because I think we're going to win this upcoming year and the year after that. But that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that on a different day. But Aaliyah Chavez is amazing. She is an amazing basketball player, and she's quick as a cat. She got the dog in her, but she's from Texas. And make no mistake about it, University of Texas and Texas Tech going to do whatever they can to prevent her from going to from leaving the state. They're going to do whatever they can. And with Texas joining the SEC, means a lot. It means a lot. Vic Schaefer coming over to the SEC. There's going to be some storylines and some recruiting battles. That's going to be going head to head for a long, long time between Vic Schaefer and Dawn Staley. Long time. Now, she recently did an official visit with LSU. Now, LSU they got to ball out on this class of 2025 because they struck out multiple times in this class of 2024. Multiple times. They got no players in the top 10. They only got one player in the top 100. But so far, in class of 2025, they have a 5-star recruit in Bella Hines. 2025 recruit, Bella Hines. She's currently the 32nd ranked player in the class of 2025, and she happens to be an AAU teammate with Aaliyah Chavez. What does that mean? It means a couple of relationships. Got some relationships going on. LSU going to throw the bag, whatever the NIL bag is, they're going to throw everything at Aaliyah Chavez. They are. That's the reality. But her top 10 is South Carolina, Arizona, UCLA, LSU, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Southern Cal, Tennessee, Texas, and Texas State. Okay? Top 10. That's a lot of names. A lot of big-time programs. It's going to take a lot to get this young lady out of Texas to come over to South Carolina. It's going to take a lot to pry her away from the state of Texas. It's going to take a lot. And Texas just had a really good recruiting class with Justice Carlton and Jordan Lee. So if they're able to keep her at home, that would be great for their program. Not only great, that'd be a slam dunk, a Michael Jordan dunk from the free throw line. That's what it would be if they're able to keep Aaliyah Chavez. Now, with her doing an unofficial visit to LSU raises some eyebrows for your man, Captain Will. It does. It does. It does. But if I had to make a wager on her at this date on June the 12th, I would say she's going to stay at Texas. She's going to stay in the state of Texas. She's going to go to the University of Texas. I'm not going to say anything that, South Carolina, I believe South Carolina going to get her or she's leaning towards South Carolina. Not at all. Not at all. I ain't saying none of that stuff because I don't believe it whatsoever. I think she's going to be a Texas Longhorn, and Texas is going to continue to battle and recruit hard. Okay. The relationships with Bella Hines mean something for LSU, but that's what I'm saying. The second one we're going to talk about is Jasmine Davidson. Jazzy Davidson. Why? If you are a follower of Captain Will, you know how much I love Jazzy Davidson, and I want her to be a Gamecock. Currently, she's the number 3 ranked recruit in the 2020-25 class. 6'1" wing guard, however you want to say it, from Oregon. Okay, so with Bree Hall leaving, with Tahita Pow leaving, there's a need for a big wing, a big guard on this basketball team. Now, and Tessa Johnson, 6'1" herself. Tessa 6'1", and she's a rising sophomore, or she's a sophomore. Next year, Tessa will be a junior. Okay? The years are just going by. You know what I'm saying? Next year, she'll be a junior. A player like Jazzy Davidson could definitely learn from a player like Tessa Johnson. Similar size, similar defense. Now, Jazzy doesn't have the shooting ability that Tessa has. So that Tessa just special with that 3-point shot. But Jazzy can handle the ball. She can play defense. She can block shots. She's long. She's fast. She is a special person and a special basketball player. This time last year, Jazzy was the number 1 ranked recruit in the country. Jazzy was the number 1 ranked recruit in the country. You might see some back and forth going on with Jazzy and Chavez over the course of this upcoming season. Much like with Sarah Strong and Joyce Edwards. Some people had their favorites, some people didn't. It's really what you want. If you want an outstanding playmaker, scorer like Aaliyah Chavez, she's your number 1 player. If you want a do-it-all player like a Jasmine Davidson, then that's who you want. But right now, she cut down a list of 6. She cut down a list of 6. And it's South Carolina, UCLA, Southern Cal, Stanford, Texas, and LSU. Oh, LSU is swinging big. LSU is swinging big for this one right here. And speaking of LSU, LSU had her for an official visit as well. They had her too. So they talking about the number 1, number 3 ranked recruits. LSU is whining and dining in them and showing them this and showing them that and promising this and promising that. All these things. But in my humble opinion, Captain Will's humble opinion, with his hat from Doc Glover, my humble opinion is that South Carolina has the edge on Jazzy Davidson. I just feel that in my heart. I just feel it that the writing's on the wall. The position is there for her. It is a opportunity for greatness for Jazzy Davidson in the South Carolina uniform. She plays defense. Dawn Staley plays defense. She can handle the ball. Dawn Staley loves versatility. I mean, I just love it. I want her in a Gamecock uniform. I want a Gamecock uniform. And I would lose my mind. I'm telling you right now, I would lose my mind if LSU got Chavez and Jazzy Davidson. I'm telling you right now, I would lose my mind. It's not going to be a pretty day if I get a tweet saying that either or both of them went to LSU. It's going to be a sad day in the land of Captain Will. I'm just letting you know right now. But I believe that Jazzy is going to be a Gamecock. It's going to be a long time. It's a long process, and we'll do some more updates later. But I believe Jazzy is going to be a Gamecock, and Chavez is going to be a Texas Longhorn. The third one we're going to discuss is ZaKiyah Johnson. ZaKiyah Johnson. Currently, she's a 7th-ranked recruit. 6-foot guard from Iowa. 6-foot guard. Matter of fact, two players on this list are both from Iowa, and neither one of those players has Iowa as one of their top schools. Iowa got 2 top 7 players in the class of 2025, and neither one of them wants to stay at home and play for Iowa. That says a lot to me. That says a lot to me. And ain't no shade to Iowa, but these young ladies are getting out of the state and they're going to play some basketball. And I don't know what's going to happen with Iowa in terms of attendance and in terms of ratings, in terms of possibly getting back to the level of potential championships that they've been in, previously. But there's going to be a sharp decline with Caitlin Clark in the W. Because you just can't have 2 players. You can't have 2 players in your state with not even in the top 5, not in the top 7, not even in your top 10. Your hometown state, they running. They are running. So ZaKiyah Johnson, she has a big list. South Carolina, Arizona, UCLA, UConn, Georgia, Louisville. I mean, so many teams. LSU, Mississippi State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Southern Cal, Tennessee. You see so many of the same teams recruiting the same players. It's a free-for-all. It's a battle royal. It's a, what's it called? It's a big fight. It's a big fight to get the most talented players to their school. It's a big fight. We talk about NIL. How does that change? How does that change the narrative with NIL? South Carolina this past, I would say the offseason, been a driving force for NIL. Not going to lie about it. NIL money has been popping up for the University of South Carolina. We're a player. But even despite the NIL deals, the backroom dealings, all these different situations is going on in women's basketball. At the end of the day, it's about championships and about winning, and Carolina wins like nobody else. So ZaKiyah Johnson is a player for sure who I would love to have in a Gamecock uniform. 6-foot guard, combo guard kind of point / shooting guard. And she's big. I like a guard who's big, so you can play at the 2 or the 3. Because really, South Carolina plays 3 guards and 2 post players. But I like her size. I like her ability to make plays for others. I like her shooting ability. I like her defense. There's a lot of things I love about ZaKiyah Johnson. I like her grit. I like her grind. She's a special player. And she would only get better and better and better if she decided to be a Gamecock. Well, her list so large, I can't say that Carolina has an edge. It just, when she cuts it down to 5 or 6, then we have some conversations. But when you're in the same situation with Arizona and UCLA and UConn, Georgia, and Louisville, LSU, and Tennessee, and so many other Southern Cal are trying to do that recruiting thing too. It's a little too early to speculate on what ZaKiyah Johnson is going to do. The last one I wanted to talk about is Divine Bourrage. Divine Bourrage currently is a 5th-ranked player, 5'10" guard from Iowa. From Iowa. Now, I wasn't going to talk about Divine Bourrage because she recently, and I say recently, yesterday, she listed 3 schools that she's already put down for official visits. And those schools are Arizona, Virginia Tech, and LSU. Already has official visits lined up, in the fall. I didn't hear Carolina for an official visit. So when I saw those 3 other schools, now they, you can do 4 or 5 official visits. Arizona, Virginia Tech, LSU. And she has LSU being the last one scheduled on an official visit. If I had to bet money on this right here, I'd say LSU going to get Divine Bourrage. I would say she's going to be a LSU Tiger. I really do. That whole thing of scheduling the official visit, I think it means something. Now, in the past, Carolina's had a couple that was last in official visit and ain't worked out too tight for us. But I believe that LSU will get Divine Bourrage. So until something changes, I won't be talking about Divine Bourrage no more being a potential Gamecock. I just won't be until something changes. Okay? But regardless of the fact, those are the 4 top recruiting targets for the South Carolina women's basketball team in the class of 2025. We'll talk more about this 2025 list as the weeks and the months goes on. We'll dip into the 2026 list. Maybe even talk about a class of 2027. Who knows? Who knows? But to then, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, J-Rock did this beat.